All right, the attitudes men love about women. Do you have them? That's what we're talking about today. Let's talk about these attitudes that guys love in women. A lot of people get this one wrong, so it's really important for you to get it right. Let's do it. Hey, this is Cavallo from datingfire.com and datingadviceguru.com. Now, why do you need to know these irresistible attitudes? Well, first of all, the obvious. If you know these attitudes and show them, he's going to find you irresistible. But if you don't, you're going to struggle. And that's one of the reasons that women keep coming back to me. So let's look into the most irresistible attitudes for women, the ones that men can't resist. And probably the best thing about your attitude, well, it's that you can control it. It's something you can completely control. Unlike your appearance and other qualities you were maybe born with, this is something you can do something about and instantly make yourself irresistible to men. The more you can bring these qualities out in yourself, the more you're going to stand apart in the pack. The women that men can't stop chasing, they all have these attitudes. All right, irresistible attitude number one, you make him feel needed and desired. Now, funny how this one works because it's one of the most important attitudes a woman wants in a man, too. A man needs to feel like you need him in your life. He has to feel like he's got a role, a place in your life. This can be as simple as you inviting him over to help fix something, or maybe paint some part of your house, or even drive you home from your doctor's appointment. As long as you don't make these requests too frequent so that you seem kind of high maintenance, as long as you don't do that, he will gladly help you out. It's part of his natural program for relationships. And if you don't make him useful on the other side of the fence, if you don't do it, he's going to become depressed, he'll be lazy, and he's going to start looking elsewhere for happiness. Another part of this attitude is also wanting to make him happy. You see, men spend a lot of time and energy trying to make the woman in their life happy. And of course, it makes sense that he might want a little of that back too, right? When a man detects that it's important for you to make him happy, he also understands that you must have a good heart. It's an immediate assumption, and he knows that you're going to pass on this empathic part of you to your children. Even if you two don't actually have children together, that's one of the things he's looking for. He doesn't even know it. It's just a little program working in the back of his head. And this will make him feel like you're both equal partners with an equal investment in the relationship. So maybe send him a text during the day with nothing more than a happy thought, or even give him a massage to help him get to sleep, or make him one of his favorite desserts. Little things like this are actually really huge and really important to a guy. Okay, the next irresistible attitude is be lighthearted and fun. Playful is actually the key word here. The key is to be able to joke and not take everything so seriously. Now, I'm sure you've met people that were lighthearted, right? What is it about them? Well, they're not hard to be around. You kind of always enjoy yourself with them. On the other hand, when you're with somebody that takes things too seriously, you're going to feel burdened by being with them. Something happens when a woman gets into a dating and relationship situation with a guy. She seems to lose a lot of her sense of humor. She becomes harder to talk to. She becomes harder to please. She becomes more prickly and easier to anger. Positivity is important here too. Oh, and I should mention that those negative things I was talking about, that being harder to talk to and harder to please and being prickly, that stuff comes up the second that you stop casually dating and now you want to make a committed relationship. That's when that change happens. Now, the positivity is important because a positive personality is a guy magnet. Guys love a woman that is not looking on the negative side of things. A positive personality is a signal to him, and the signal tells him that he will not be criticized or evaluated so harshly. It's also a signal that he won't be nagged for the rest of his life. So you can imagine this is why guys are looking for it. And let's be honest here, positivity is almost always appealing to almost everybody, even negative people, even though they don't want to admit it. Hey, real quick, are you wondering if the guy that you like might be interested in you, or maybe you're wondering if he's, I don't know, falling in love? Go take a quiz and find out right now. Go on over to datingfire.com. Does he love me? That's datingfire.com/does he love me? Just a few questions. Find out if he's really interested. All right, this next attitude is huge and important. It's called authenticity. That's right. There's an old joke about somebody who says, you know what? I've got just about everything down in dating right now. The last thing I got to get down is being authentic. As soon as I can fake that, I'm unstoppable. Now, of course, the joke lies that you just can't fake authenticity. It's impossible to fake. It's kind of like having dry rain. Most men desperately want a woman that is real, genuine, authentic. You probably hear a lot of those words a lot, right? A lot of men see how women interact with other women and feel that it's, well, kind of fake and insincere. Most women also feel that their interactions with other women lack depth and a feeling of being genuine. Now, a man's greatest fear is that he's going to start dating you and never really get to know the real you. The secret to breaking through to his heart is simply to be vulnerable. Being vulnerable just means that you show what you're feeling without letting those feelings run your life and run your show, right? Just show him the real you. Show him what your real opinions are, even if, well, he might not agree with them. Now, if you imagine this situation right now, I think you'll notice that you probably become a little bit anxious at the thought of disagreeing with the guy that you're interested in, right? Watch for that. Think of all those movies out there, those romantic comedies. There's usually two types of plots. Number one is the man who is a womanizer, who the woman tames and conquers and gets him to commit. The other one is the woman, or sometimes they mix the two, but the other plot is the woman who is controlling and kind of bitchy. Eventually, she drops the act. She becomes vulnerable to him and he wins her heart. No one feels connection to somebody who's closed off and fake. On the other hand, we feel a raw connection and intimacy with someone who shows us their flaws and weaknesses. Now, I'm not saying that you should broadcast all of your flaws to him or show him your neediness and open up a whole bag of crazy on him. But you should be willing to show him the real parts of you from time to time, even if they are occasionally a little needy or a wee bit crazy, just a little bit. You have to trust that he can figure out for himself if he can handle it or not. And eventually he's in a relationship. If he gets into a relationship with you, he'll figure this out all on his own. So why not take charge of the way he sees them? All right, next irresistible attitude is your life is a priority. Oh, I'm sure you've heard this one at least a million times, right? Make your life come first. Pursue your passions. Be excited about your life. You will probably hear this one bit of advice more than any other out there. But guess what? It's still true. The reason that this whole love your life advice is not very popular is because no one ever tells you how to do it. But then again, no one should have to tell you that. You can figure out for yourself how to make yourself a priority. You just decide it and you do it. The easy way of putting yourself first is simply to not make dating and relationships your be-all, end-all focus. Check inside your feelings right now as I say this stuff to you. Close your eyes and ask yourself, do I want a relationship to make me happy, or am I already happy? You'll know this. You'll know if this is how you feel right now, instantly. And if you feel that a relationship is going to give you peace, that you must have a relationship or you're failing somehow, if you feel that way, it's time for you to deal with it. Stop brushing those insecure feelings under the rug and hoping that it goes away. Look deep inside yourself and see what it is you're trying to avoid by putting a relationship first before you. Hey, by the way, if you like these tips, go on, hit the subscribe, turn on those notifications. If you like this, you can get it every week and you'll know when they're released. You can even call your friends, call your mom, have a viewing party. Time for a little secret here. Typically, we become focused on relationships for happiness when you have an unresolved relationship with one or both of your parents. Yes, it does always come back to them. In fact, it almost always is because of this. It's time to deal with it. It's time to be done with it. Whether that's getting into therapy or counseling, get it taken care of right now, because even if you do manage to get the relationship you want, this problem will keep coming up again and again and again until you do deal with it. You'll see the patterns in your arguments and the relationship challenges you have. It's kind of like driving on a flat tire. It might take a little time to change the tire, but if you don't do it, you're going to destroy the rim and then you're going to destroy the rest of the car. Get it? Enough said there? And next irresistible attitude is give and take. It's a basic relationship skill. You have to be willing to compromise in your relationship. It's very easy to get into a stock pattern of thinking that you're right all the time. He's the problem. Men are this, men are that. And then you have to go fix it every time. Here I go again, she says to herself, another one of these guys I gotta fix. But in fact, what she's doing is ignoring the fact that she chose him. And these men are actually choosing her as well. As the saying goes, give and take makes things go smoothly. And don't forget the other saying, choose your battles wisely. And if you're constantly at war, the battle fatigue will eventually kill your spirit. Look, I don't want to paint a dire picture here, but it is a fact that if you don't understand men, you are going to have a tough time making a relationship work. This is why I do what I do. This is why I decided to show women what men are thinking and why we do what we do. I want to help you fix this one part of your life once and for all. If you're ready to stop making the same mistakes and get the man you love to commit to you once and for all, there is something simple things you can learn to get yourself on the right path. The first step is getting a man to hear you, right? And to get him to hear you and feel for you is just showing him you understand him. This is as simple as reading his signals. You see, a man gives off signals, not words. You may have experienced this in your relationship. Men very rarely come to you with a verbal explanation for how they're feeling or what they need. And if you don't read the signals he's sending you, you could make a serious mistake. The solution is simple. Learn how to read those signals. I've got something that can help you with this right now. Something you can download in just a few minutes and get started right now. Go find out how to read his signals. See this little link below me here? That's right, datingfire.com/read his signals. datingfire.com/read his signals. Go find out. It's quick and easy. You can also get on my mailing list there and get more of these great tips. So seems like a win-win, doesn't it? And if you're new here, do the big three. Like and subscribe. You can get this stuff every week. Turn on those notifications, that's right, click that bell icon so you get notified when I release more incredible videos coming soon to a theater, well, YouTube screen near you. And if you're already subscribed, go ahead and share with somebody you know. I give away all this information and I really just need people to find me and start using it. And don't forget, if you agreed with these tips or even if you disagree with them or you want more, whatever it is you want to ask, comment down in the comment section below. Is there a video you want? Just leave me a comment if you want a part 2 or other videos you'd like to see. I do read the comments and I try to respond to as many as I can each week. Hey, don't forget to wait a few more seconds. I'll put a recommended video right up here in the corner for you to click. Hey, this is Cavallo. As always, live and love with passion.